everybody. I wanted to use this cartoon that I've used years ago. It says, "Why a prenup?" And take a close look at it. Basically, it's a guy getting married, and he's promised bliss and unlimited sex, no stress, great travel partner. And it's a trap for a lot of people, all right? You see, he's like going underneath that canopy. They're going to pull the peg out as a wedding cake there, in case you can't see it. And all the players, they're going to make a ton of money off of you if you don't have a prenup. Okay, so there's the wrong spouse that's pulling the string. There's a therapist, the lawyers. Local government makes a ton of money in the court filing fees. It's amazing. And all the ancillary people. The other people are the arbitrators, the mediators that are involved, and the forensic accountants is on there too, in case you have a small business. See the forensic accountant? He's smiling. What's the point of the video? This is no joke. If you don't have a prenup and you're in a jurisdiction that upholds prenups, not all of them do. So there's no universal truth that they're all going to be upheld or all set aside. But if you're in a jurisdiction where prenups are acknowledged, if they're drafted properly and executed properly with more than enough time, and you follow the statute, it's going to save you from all these people, all right, who are going to get paid by you one way or another. I don't know how I could be more clear. If you're going to get married, understand the laws in your jurisdiction and determine whether or not a prenup can help save you. Now, in some jurisdictions, I think California, but don't quote me on this, the prenup has to be fair and reasonable at inception and can't be unconscionable at divorce. How the hell do you know what's fair and reasonable at inception? Unless you give it to a judge and they approve it. But there's no mechanism like that in places like California that demand it be fair and reasonable at inception. And it can't be unconscionable at divorce. Well, what's unconscionable? It's going to be up to a strange person in a black robe, who's the judge, to decide, well, this really isn't. Some jurisdictions, they allow the courts to modify prenups. In others, they don't allow the judge. So know your jurisdiction. How can you avoid all these pitfalls? Don't get married. Then you don't have to worry about it. Because if you're not married, you're not what? You can't get divorced, right? And be careful in those common law jurisdictions where in the eyes of the law, you could be considered married if you cohabitate for a certain period of time and hold yourself out as a married couple. You'd think they make the laws a lot easier, right? No, it's the exact opposite. The laws are thousands of pages with a lot of appellate cases. You can't even figure it out for yourself. And your lawyer can only give you guidance. Nothing is set in stone in many of these jurisdictions. Don't write your own prenup. If there's one takeaway from this, other than the fact that you should have a prenup if you're going to get married, is don't write your own. Guys like me are going to set it aside, all right? Don't do that to yourself. It's better to stay single. Be careful out there. Protect yourself. If you don't, nobody will.